Okay, my friends, I did not put much thought into what I look like because that's not the point. Here are my thoughts. You know what really grinds my gears? The amount of articles being recommended for me that say, be delusional to get your dream life. Be delusional to receive your dream life. Manifestation, law of attraction stuff. Be delusional. The way to get to your dream life is to be delusional. Now, why is this a problem? I think a lot of people in the manifestation community are like, yeah, because you gotta pretend you are something until you get it. You gotta act as if. You gotta act as if you have that thing. Okay, if I'm gonna keep acting like I'm a millionaire and I am literally wasting my money on all of these shopping trips, pretending I'm a millionaire and it's not being replenished in my bank account and now I'm in credit card debt, I'm sorry. Being delusional sounds like a mental health problem, okay? Let me tell you about some experiences I've had with people being delusional, right? People being delusional in my life have thought that they have a great divine purpose, that they can communicate with beings in the 15th dimension, that they and they alone are receiving wisdom and insight from dragons. That kind of delusional thinking is not helping people reach their dream life. So when I'm seeing all these things, act as if, and then it'll happen, that's a very different story from be delusional and pretend you're a different person than you are. Now, why does this make me angry? Because I've experienced so many times people who want this dream life and all they're doing is sitting on their couch, sitting on the computer, sitting on the internet, getting high, doing drugs, thinking about these crazy situations that they're never gonna find themselves in. What does this do to people? Being delusional means that some people might think they're God's gift to women. Some people might think that they're the best and most entitled person in the world and they deserve everything. What this does is create so many ego issues for starters. So like when I see an article and it's like, be delusional to reach your dream life, they're not really talking about being delusional. And I think it just makes me a little angry. Yes, it's clickbait, I understand, but people saying it's okay to be delusional. It's okay. It's okay to believe that he still wants me even though he doesn't act like he loves me. It's okay for me to be delusional and assume that I am like the love of his life and he's gonna come and save me. This type of delusional is actually a really big problem, and I don't think it's healthy, right? Being delusional and deluding yourself to believing that you are entitled and deserving of all of this stuff that you literally are not working towards, that you're literally not taking action towards, and that you actually have no idea about. You think you're gonna become a millionaire because you will it so? No, your will better be in every single micro moment, in every single action, in learning the foundations of business and learning the steps you need to take to create that business. You're not going to just become a multimillionaire. That's not how this world works. And I'm tired of pretending that this law of attraction thing is magical, mystical experience because no, this life is the point, right? The secret is a secret because it is not the backbone of what this actually happens in this reality. It is not the secret function of the mind to create these things. That's not the case. In fact, what we're doing is thinking through things in our life, processing, and then taking action. It is only, this is a principle of the universe. It is only when a step is taken that something is manifested in this dimensional reality, okay? And I sound angry, but the biggest reason for that is I have witnessed so many delusional people. And what I actually see in their physical form, in this life, for years, is nothing. Staring at a screen, not achieving the goals that they say they want and feel entitled to, even though they are not accomplishing them, not taking care of our health, mental health or otherwise, physical health, eating poorly, not having any good routines, people who are addicted to drugs and basically high all day, every day, who aren't trying to keep close relationships with people. Like, I've talked about this so many times. be delusional is the worst advice that you could give somebody who's in a rut trying to create their dream life, okay? I think it's the silliest thing. And I think saying I'm in my delulu era is a problem. And I know we're saying it as a joke, but honestly, you know what will help you get out of your rut? I've talked about a few of these things. Maybe you want to check out the rest of the videos. I'm not saying it rudely. I get myself in some ruts too. The only thing that helps is action. It's not the rumination, right? It's not the thinking this is what I want, this is my will, this is my intention. No. So there's something that you hear a lot in Christianity. So it's gonna be like that kind of term called the heart posture, right? So the thing with that is the heart, God can see your heart, okay? So, you can take this figuratively if you want to, up to you, but God can see your heart, right? And that's the same major reason that things like affirmations and stuff, if they're not authentic to you, if you're being delusional, they aren't gonna do anything. Because if your heart posture is fear, then you are afraid, right? If your heart posture is inauthentic when you are in prayer, right? Then that prayer might not land because those might just be words that you don't mean. It might not matter. You might not actually have a heart for prayer, if that makes sense. So what I mean is, if God can see your heart, this is the same thing. If the universe could see your heart right now, my friend, would it believe that any of this is actually possible? Or are you just trying really hard? Do you believe that you are worthy of the things you're trying to manifest? That you personally can do that right now? That your ideas and opinions and the things that you want and your dream vision for the future is yours. Do you believe that? I don't believe you, okay? And if you do, then you would be taking actions aligned with that goal. It is just a vision. This is why people who create legacies, they have a vision. Oftentimes they're talking about this vision they've had. They did the steps to meet that goal. They took the steps their whole life to get closer to that vision. What you are doing is assuming that it will happen. Assuming that it will happen. There are people building legacies that are building legacies. And you have deluded yourself into believing that sitting on a couch envisioning this is the way you get there. No, your life is the journey. Your life is the bridge. Your life, your experience, your choices, your decisions, your working through process, your choices are the bridge from here to there, that vision, okay? It is not the vision that manifests. It is not the idea that manifests. It is not the self-worth belief that manifests. It is not you saying it is so and it is that manifests. No. The secret is just a movie, my friend. The secret to this life is not compromising your vision. Where, all these people could tell you the best way to manifest, this is the best way to manifest. Listen, how are you going to trust all of that if you can't even trust yourself to make the right decision? How are you going to manifest all of this, make everything work perfectly, surrender to your own will, if you don't even trust yourself? If you don't even think that you have the power to do it in your life? That's my point, okay? If you're gonna build a legacy, it's not gonna be because you did affirmations every day for a month. If you're gonna build a legacy, it's gonna be because you are going to make choices that are aligned with your integrity. And you're gonna surrender. Every time you make a mistake, you're gonna surrender and say, okay, I've learned from this, I've grown from this, and this is good. This is good. I trust that I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm gonna move and take action. Because that is the truth. These same people with the law of attraction stuff, they also believe in divine timing. Like, maybe there's overlap there, there's also not. You could be two different groups of people. There's some more spiritual, new agey people, and then some new thought type of people, right? So like it depends. But what I'm seeing here is this idea of divine timing, right? And divine timing is definitely, that's real, and that comes with surrender, okay? But divine timing means you have to be moving. There has to be momentum. This is created through your own actions, your own choices that are in alignment with the greater picture, the greater story, and your vision. It has to, there has to be building blocks. Without building blocks, nothing is created. Without the building blocks, the foundational elements of life, there is no life. Without the things coming together and something happening in the physical, there is no creation. Okay, my friends. So until you're going to actually follow up with all the things you said, with all the words you've said, with your vision board, with all of that, until you sign up for the class, until you do the thing, until you create the momentum, none of that stuff is going to happen because it's your vision and surrendering to the greater story. And until you do that, you're going to be lost, you're going to be stuck, and you're going to create none of the things that you assume you want. Okay? I said a lot in this. I've been feeling some type of way in this. I haven't even had a lot of coffee yet. These are just my morning thoughts after seeing another article saying, be delusional. No, I will no longer be delusional because my life is a creation of my own hand. This is what I do. And I know I've said something that sounds otherwise right now. What I do with my own hands is what I am meant to do. Okay. But the difference here that I want to make clear is that has to be aligned, not just with my vision, not just with my understanding, but with the greater vision, the greater understanding. Because for me, if my life and my legacy does not lead to a better world, then I have missed my calling. Okay, so what I create with my hands, the momentum that I'm building, I need to try to make sure that is in alignment with the greater thing that I feel, right? For me, that is surrendering to not just my own will and understanding, but the will of God. And when I am following my own path, that for me is not just what I envision and want, right? I will take those steps to get there, right? That is important, but my vision, I want to always make sure is aligned with what I was born for, what would help the world, my specific gifts and skills and abilities were put here to accomplish. And for me, I feel like it's heading towards more of a community, more people who maybe have gone through similar things to me or who feel stuck or don't really understand where they're at or what phase of life they're in. I want to help you see that all the things online, all the things people are saying, what is popular, what is trendy, is not always the truth. And the truth is not always exciting. I was thinking to myself earlier, I think it was yesterday when this thought first came up, I was thinking about how we get trapped in these spiritual groups and so many of these people, there's like crazy screaming and movements and dancing and it's very wild and fun and upbeat and there's drugs and like music and it's very like this, right? It's very energetic, right? But for me, and maybe for you, and that's why you're drawn to me, when I am going the right direction and when I know that I'm in a good place, that is not what the energy feels like. It's peace, right? That's what I want. I've been through a lot. Maybe you're someone who's been through a lot as well. Maybe you've just been through so much emotional turmoil that all you want is peace. You don't want this chaos. You don't want this craziness. You don't need to go to this woman's retreat where people are screaming at the moon. What you might need, my love, and I know it sounds wild, is some rest, some peace, some deep surrender, some time without the chaos or distraction of social media, the internet, these spiritual practices, learning all of these things, chanting, doing the witchcraft, doing all of this. And this is from experience that I'm saying it. It's my own experience. You don't have to agree with me, but maybe all of that is creating distraction and chaos from your feet actually being grounded in your own life. Maybe this stuff that's up here is a distraction from you working on the building blocks, planting the seed, doing the work to build up something, putting the bricks down, laying the bricks, reading the information to sign up for a class, to go back to school, to do the things that you need to do, right? And this is no pressure. This is no pressure, but maybe all of this stuff is actually escapism, as we've talked about before, and it's a distraction from what you need to be doing. And maybe you need to be a little more grounded right now, because I can assure you that the bigger vision for your life is still going to be on Earth. Okay, the bigger vision for your life is not for you to escape and go into an alien spaceship, okay? The vision for your life and the things that you should be pulled to, if you really listen to not the loud sounds around you and distractions on the internet and things that you read, but to the still small voice within you, the quiet one, the one that comes when you're relaxed, that state, those ideas, those practical steps, the idea of cleaning off your coffee table because you noticed some dust, the idea of organizing your bookshelf, the thing that comes up that makes you feel like, oh, it could be a good time to maybe change the position of this a little bit, or it could be a good time to reach out to my mom. It could be a good time right now to go and make sure that I have all of the things that I need to do this thing, or that I have all of the food and ingredients I need to cook this dish that sounds like it would nurture me so much right now. Those moments, that peace, that is what we were born for. Now that might sound like a personal opinion. Some of you, maybe you're into the chaos, but I would like you to maybe just question yourself and question your heart. Why do I need the chaos? What is it protecting me from? And that's just something that I've been thinking about. I don't know if this one's gonna resonate with all of you. I wasn't really sure what to talk about, but then I realized I do have a lot on my mind. I do have a lot that I'm thinking, and it might be odd and it might be out there maybe for you guys, but what I hope is that it's more grounded than a lot of things you're hearing. Especially if you're into manifestation, law of attraction, new age spirituality. I hope that I can be the voice of reason, and I can be the one that can lead you out of this dark tunnel and back into the light, because it's there, okay? And it's not crazy, love and light, bliss, wild, party, whatever that is, honey. Let's regain that peace, the stability, the safety. You are loved. You are held. You are safe. You are protected. You don't have to escape yourself. You don't have to escape your life. You are capable and you are strong. And these are not affirmations. These are truths inherent within your being that you were born with. Bless you. I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you, my friend.